to Plant-Based with Love, the podcast. Two spirits navigating dating in a meat eater's world.
And yes, welcome again to another exciting, thrilling, chilling episode of Plant-Based with Love.
Greetings, good evening.
Yes. We are your hosts. I am Naomi.
And I'm Pendu.
Yes, and we are two souls on a journey to find equilibrium and balance to love, food, and relationship.
Yes, indeed.
Everything in balance and moderation.
Always.
That's right. How are you, my love?
I'm feeling good. How are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel energized. I feel blessed. I feel optimistic.
Good.
Oh man, it's just it's a beautiful evening here in the A.
Yes.
And yeah,
I look, I can say that now.
yeah, it's
in
a
the A.
beautiful evening here in the A. And hey, I'm feeling good. I'm with my beautiful love. And we're about to give something good to the people. So yeah, I'm in the
Always. Likewise. I second all that, except insert king instead of whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you.
Here we go.
Well, cool. Did you have a good week?
Oh yeah, you know, I'm working. I'm doing it.
Yeah, making it happen.
Yeah, just gotta, condense it. That's what we're just working on.
Working on
Condensation.
Condensation is good. Condensation is good. Condensation. Especially when you get that cream, that money.
Exactly.
So yeah. Anything big coming up down the pipeline?
Not that I know of.
We're gonna keep it under wraps.
Yeah. Now we're in planning times. We're back to planning.
We got some things working. Oh, well, we're good. You look beautiful as always.
Oh, and you're handsome as always. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. Well, yeah. I think we got a good topic for him tonight. What do you think?
Of course, because who doesn't love love?
Yeah. Who doesn't love? Yeah. And basically, yeah. So tonight, we wanted to just dive into love in the modern times. Love in the modern times. How do you define it?
Ooh,
what does it really mean? To love. Is it just a feeling?
Some people think that.
Is it a mental illness?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way people perceive love. I think that the perception of love, in my opinion, was better back in the day.
Really?
Just because there was some kind of, I don't know. People weren't so scared to be, I don't want to be in my feelings, or I don't want to let her know that I like her, and I don't want to let him know that I like him, or love, or, are they going to think that I'm a punk? Like, where did all that come from? Where did this come from?
I think it's just a culture.
And so what did we do in the culture now that we didn't do back then? Because back then, for man's like, man likes woman, I want to take you out. They go on a date, they keep going on a date, they get to know each other, they fall in love. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't none of this, okay, I'm not going to, hey, do you want to chill or Netflix? And you get what I'm saying? Like, what happened?
Dating definitely took a hit. But I just think it was just sort of like the breakup of the black family. You know what I'm saying? At least when it comes to black people. When you break up the black family, you break up black neighborhoods, you take away, you separate like the affluent blacks from the blacks that are on to come up. All of those things, I think, have to do with the change of the culture.
But can I interject?
Change of the values of the people.
But here's my interjection on that. We were literally stolen from our original land.
Of course.
And we still continue to be together even through those hard times.
That's true.
So you see what I'm saying? So what happened that we went through the most horrific, I can't put into words, times, being totally kidnapped. And even through those times, we still managed to get married, be together.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So we can't say, times now changed and now we're so bad and that's why we don't date right. Like, I don't know. Like, that's what I want to know what was the thing that changed, because if we could do it right back then during horrific circumstances, then what's our excuse now?
Well, like I said, what changed is we as a community were broken up. Like, whereas we kind of moved in a certain unity and a certain unison because of certain laws. And I'm speaking on the black community. Because of certain laws, segregation and stuff that was in place, we kind of had to deal with each other more and think and move in a sort of a unity. Of course, everything wasn't perfect. People still had their own thoughts and ideas, but the values were more closely aligned to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you see my son acting up on the street, you can catch him and put a beating on his behind and then bring him home to me and I'm gonna beat him.
And even that, honestly, we're not going to give our ages here, but I could say that I remember that, and I'm not old, and you're not old either, and I do remember. It is relative, but as far as numerically, we're not ancient people, and I do remember as a child that the neighbors would be like, "Okay, you better stop, da 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 da, or I'm a da da da," and that was allowed, and that's not that long ago. So that's why I'm saying, so what, do people just all of a sudden we just stopped? Like, I still don't understand. Like, yes, on the gradual change, but what was the thing that made the gradual change?
Well, like I said, integration.
Oh, so that messed us up.
Yeah, integration in a nutshell changed the values of the black community in a lot of different ways.
Talk about it.
Just, from where I see it, just integration itself. It just, integration along with, of course, creating the rules about welfare and only giving aid to the home if the man isn't in the home. The destruction of the trade systems and the schools and the high schools. Because a lot of times brothers could go to high school and get a trade and then be able to feed their family just straight out of high school. And even with a lot of the factory jobs too, you could just go get you a factory job and boom, you could take care of your family. I mean, a lot of the manufacturing went away too. So as much as love is a more internal spiritual type thing, it does, because love to me is the basis of community, and love is a communal thing too. So you cannot separate it totally from things that happen in the community, politics in the community. You can't separate it from the policies in the community. You can't separate it from the economics of the community as well. So as economics change for black people, then the love that we of course, the way we define love, our values around love change.
Yeah. Well, now you said something.
It's almost as if like the programming that we accept from the dominant society, help to redefine. Whereas we weren't taking much programming from the dominant society, right? Because we had our own thing going.
Good point.
We had our own thing, so we would give each other our values, our social cues. You know what I'm saying? But when you feel like, hey, we've arrived here. We're the dominant society now. They opening up the stores now. I can go. I can go to Macy's. I can go to Woolworth. I can sit at the counter.
You said Woolworth. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's throwback. I'm really showing my age now, but a lot of the things like that, I think definitely, changed the community in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely.
And I know I'm kind of skating over like a
big
30, 40 years.
Yes.
In the making,
Well, there's so many elements.
And the making of what happened to the black community. But essentially, you can draw a line from integration to now and just see the change.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many other topics, like some might say, and I'm not trying to make us venture off, but let's add this in here. Because you said it, that love is also a community. But some people see that as the whole polygamy. You see what I'm saying? Like that, I feel like I see that in there. Now, I'm not saying I'm an advocate of it, but I wonder, of course, this is taking it back to the continent. We all know that, I can't say all, because not all monogamy or not all African is polygamous, but there's a big chunk that is. So that's a whole nother change of cultures. But I don't know why that came to my mind when you just said love is community, and so I wonder if some would go to that.
Well, just because I say that, when I say love is communal, because, love is, what is a community? A community is a collection of families that come together, that, bond themselves together to protect each other, to share values, to share traditions, and make alliances with each other for the well-being of each other. Same thing when two people coming together. Two people come together, make a family. A community is made up of families that come together.
So we couldn't do that when we got integrated? That's what I always find interesting. We couldn't still do that when things got integrated? To me, that shouldn't affect your community. You see what I'm saying? I feel like, why would us now being integrated? I get it. I understand. I'm just still saying, when I analyze and think about it, well, why did that really affect that, though?
It just did. I mean, when you feel like, hey, I make a little bit more money now, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, again, us accepting programming from the dominant society.
But that also must mean something went, I don't want to say wrong, but was not preached in the household, because no matter how much money, like my big brother made, he still always dated within, this color right here. So I've seen plenty of men of color, let's just say black men, they stick with the black women no matter what.
Yeah.
So what is the different mindset of those that think that, I've arrived? What were they learning at home? Where did that come from?
Well, yeah, you got.
Because some don't care.
It's either, I would say that it's either that the programming of the Black Pride, the pride in being black, building black, pride in building a black community, building a black family was absent. Or maybe it was just lax. Hey, you can do whatever you want to do. You're free. You're an American.
Right. And sometimes those wordings go too far.
Yeah. I think, and I think that sometimes when parents, they want to give their kids all the stuff they never had. I think you can go a little, okay, I don't want to preach to my children the blackness like my parents preached to me. I just want to let them be Americans. You know what I'm saying?
Without any substance of yourself, you still never get that far.
Well, yeah. You have to, and again, let's say if I was play the devil's advocate and they would say, how can you have pride in a community that, is, not the bastion of, top economic prowess, and, is not this and that, all that, is not this and that. You know what I'm saying? The ice is cold over there in the other communities.
Right,
so
right.
Why would I have pride in this community? So but that still is a fallacy, because it was the pride in the community in the beginning that made it great.
Exactly.
And it's the same pride is what can bring it back to greatness again.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's the same. So, when you look at that old school love just versus the new school love,
what else?
We just had those values.
You know what else? I think hurt dating, these things right here called cell phones.
Cell phones?
I think that hurt dating, because now...
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Well, think about it.
I think
it hurt it, because now some people go straight to WHYD. What are you doing? That's their way of trying to holler at the girl. I'm like, wow. Or what else? See, I'm not that good at all these little things. I like to write the word. But I'm not saying texting is bad, but texting is bad to start a courtship. That is not courting. So I think that men, before they actually, I would like to take you out, however they said it, but they would call you on the phone, not WYD.
So you think brothers getting lazy?
Super lazy. So I feel like in a way these little gadgets kind of hurt dating. Now if you're FaceTiming, like you
But did
see
the gadget make them lazy, or they were just lazy?
the convenience
on
of
their
the gadget, because if they were
The
back in
convenience made it
1975, they wouldn't.
own? Oh no, brothers would come to your window and sing to you and stuff like
Exactly.
They would,
Exactly.
you know,
So the
sing,
gadgets didn't
right?
help.
that. Yeah.
Now it does help distance with FaceTime. You see, I'm smiling at you because I
Yes.
know all about that.
Yes.
But I don't feel like the new wave of I can slide into your DM and just say WYD or send you a text and there's so many different little things. It shows you how I don't even know what they are. But
Yeah.
I don't know if this gadget, so technology kind of, because we're talking about the modern and the old school. I think the modern ways is kind of with the technology. It makes people lazier, which makes the dating not as good.
Okay, so technology basically, instead of it's supposed to bring people together. I mean,
It does
you
for
know,
like the
supposed to.
world and people that are like a different country. I love that. Like for free, I can call somebody right now in Africa right now.
Right.
That's great.
So it makes the world smaller, but it makes dating lazier.
That's what I think.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I mean, no,
Well,
you
that's a-
tell me.
that's a-
What do you think? How was your dating before me with these gadgets?
Well, I mean that's an interesting question, and I mean it's definitely an interesting point of view. When you're thinking about, but to me, I just think that you're just lazy anyway.
So you think a person?
So if anything, the technology just made you more lazy
So you don't think that a guy
because
would?
you already was lazy.
So you're saying that a guy who does WYD into the girl's DM, he would have never called and say, "May I take you out?" You're saying
Yeah,
that
he probably
would-
was like scared anyway.
Wonder.
Because when you gave me your number, I
Oh
called.
no, you called right away.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's just,
Yeah, no, you didn't waste any time, which I
yeah, I
appreciate.
mean, it's just the initiative. It's just, I mean,
But see,
if
you're still not from that. You're not from this technology generation, though.
yeah,
So I wonder, is it just because you're just not a little 25-year-old?
yeah. No, see, I can't speak on the millennials.
Because that's what I'm saying. It must be a different thing. Because somebody who's 25 they don't even know. If you show them a phone, like if I go like this, you see how you know what I'm doing. Okay, so right now I'm showing the rotary phone finger, and only people over 35 understand what that
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
I don't even know how old you have to be,
That's real old. School.
but to go like this on the phone.
Really, that's really old.
I know. I just took it back. Sorry, y'all probably like she 85 years old, but
But yes, I would definitely say that modern dating technology is kind of
it's a little.
is hurted.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but think about it. We live in if we were taking this perspective of the younger crowds, they do everything on video games. You dang near can do everything.
Right. Well, they even think they're
on
right.
the phone.
Right, and that's
you can
kind of
you can order your food.
see
your
making them
groceries.
lazy.
You can,
So to say, oh, you want to go to the movies?
can
And
order
they-
a woman?
okay. I don't know. I just feel like yes, there's convenience, but it's like
man.
Like, for an example, let's say, okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's say they're two 23-year-olds. They're going to the movies. They're probably going to, get everything on the phone before they even get there so you can just totally pick it up or something. And I don't know, there's a lot of things that the man would like, oh, let me get this and get my wallet out. Like, just the little gestures of the actual dating. I feel like now it's just like, hey, okay, just go get your stuff. I'll get my stuff. Okay, we sit here, boom, boom.
Again,
Everything is just so quick.
Again, we still have to go back to the causes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say as far as pursuing a woman,
Right.
it may be lacking now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what you're doing is kind of replace that. Some brothers out here may be a little lazy when it comes to that. Or hey, I can say what you're doing to 10 women now
Right, you can send a mass text.
whereas and the thing about that is that if we had stronger because I learned how to pursue a woman from my father.
And then you did it very nicely, but you still, quote unquote, like someone called it old school. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you
But
still
that's
open
what
doors.
I'm saying. Like
right.
more, if there were more masculine energy around to instill these kind of values into some of the younger brothers.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? And maybe that can translate into
true.
pursuing a woman
True.
in a better way.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, it was even in the music though. Like, I mean, a certain music could, like, I know the old school music.
Oh, can I talk to you?
Yeah,
Let me
it was
stop.
all
No, singing.
about,
But you
like,
see what I'm
how
saying?
you could rap to a woman,
Right.
and how you could make her fall in love with you and pursue her. You know, like now it's the music is like, hey,
I don't even need to repeat.
was it open?
Pretty much.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean,
So maybe.
it seemed to like that.
But see, even it still
So,
goes.
like I say again,
yeah.
it's the values that change over time.
Yeah.
You know, and change, and it's just reflective in the art. The art is just a reflection of the reality. Reality is a reflection of the art.
But you don't always have to follow the trends in the generation, because I know some would say, okay, you're this way, the X age or whatever you are. You don't have to follow that.
Yeah.
You know, you could still be. I don't know. You can say I'm gonna go back to '85 and do it this way and still whatever. I don't know. I just feel like.
And yeah, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are still people that are pursuing the I would call the values that are based in truth. I'm sure there are, and I'm sure there are youth, you know, who are doing it too.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just all about being able to find your way and being able to, you know, pursue a woman.
Absolutely.
And but again, like I was saying in one of the other episodes, it boils back down to pride. It boils back down to self-love, loving yourself, loving your community, having pride in yourself, loving your sisters.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you did, and that was instilled in you, and that's a value that you hold high, then you would pursue them in a way that is worthy of that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, you know, but it makes the experience good for you and her.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, to me, it's like the thrill of the hunt and the, you know, the pursuit and you know, and just all the things that, you know, really make falling for someone or caring for someone worthwhile. You know, getting to know them.
Exactly.
You know, and all their perks and yeah, and the journey that you're taking together.
Exactly. There you go. The journey you're taking together.
Journey that you're taking.
You know, not making things so quick and so machinery and so like getting a lift. I don't know. Things are just happening way too fast.
Yeah, things happen fast. Things happen
Too convenient, in my opinion.
Yeah. So to me too, I think the art does play a part too, because like how many good images of black love do we see? How many good images of black love do we see on a regular basis? How many images of black love do we see? Or even like, you know, even a good movie like where they show how a brother pursuing, you know, even like, remember Love Jones?
Oh, that was so beautiful. I mean, I feel like that was what, 97?
Yeah, 97. That wasn't too long
That
ago.
wasn't too long ago, but that's
20
still.
years ago.
Oh my goodness. What? Oh my goodness. My point is though, it's still, it was a touching. You see, it wasn't okay, I'm sliding to your DM. Okay, WYD. All right, cool.
He
It was so
he,
like
you know,
extra, right?
Poetry, you know, they
Right.
took out on the town, you know. Yeah.
So I think that's what's missing. So when you say old school and new school, a lot of new school needs to just go away. Yes. Sorry, new schoolers. You need to go away and just get back to the old
Well,
school.
we just need to return. All it was just a return to, you know, to our values. You know, there are core values, I mean, that African people have, that black people have, that, you know, when they are aligned with what's best for us and what's best for the community.
Exactly.
You know, and just truth. It's just what truth is. To me, that's what love is. To me, love is truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's the truth of what is best for you, what's best for me, what's best for the community, what's best for the whole. Is the truth.
Exactly. And see, and that's something right there. Some people, they get with somebody for status and they don't think about that they're actually marrying the family and that you're doing it for the community, you're doing it for others, not just you and that person. They think, oh, this man got this much money, so now I don't have to work. Like, that's a status. That's not a love thing.
Yeah, no, that's not love.
You know? And either way.
What's in it for me is definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And vice versa. It could be a man that's like, oh, she's going to be my sugar mama. None of that is positive. None of that is love.
Or it could be, hey, she got the, you know, she got the cakes. You know, as the young people say now, she got the cakes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
birthday cake. No, but I'm just or whatever it is, you know. So yeah,
That's not real love right there.
well, no. I mean, what? How would you define love? How would you define it?
How would
If
I
you would just give
define
me
it?
a short and quick definition, what would you define love as?
Oh, see. I'm trying to see what I would define it as. Like, I do know what the meaning of it is, but I want to give a quick. The first thing that comes to my mind is like you say, what is love? And I say God.
That's good.
That's kind of what comes to my mind if I
That's
want to
good.
give you
God
the
is
first.
definitely good for the whole.
Yeah, that's a good. You know, when you say quick, I need to know the answer. That's what I'm giving you.
That's it. I mean, that's to me, and in my tradition and my and how I see it, love is giving, seeking nothing in return.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if we look like in modern society and the way people are treating each other, out
You don't
here,
see that right now.
is that what you see?
Not. I mean, of course, exceptions, but
Yeah, of course, exceptions. Of
But
course,
not
a lot
overall.
A lot of exceptions. I know some beautiful black couples. You know,
Oh,
Shout out
absolutely.
to the
Oh, no,
beautiful
no.
black couples that I know.
yeah.
Heck, my mom and dad got together
Beautiful.
over 40 years.
Beautiful.
There are some beautiful black couples.
Oh,
out there.
absolutely.
You know,
Luckily, I know a lot of my
my
own.
brother and sister.
Same.
And,
Yeah.
my brother has a beautiful black wife, and yeah,
And both of our families, I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like we see some beautiful examples.
yeah, most
You know.
definitely.
But you know, I do think sometimes, you know, I don't want to call it luck, but your energy attracts. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like I see more positive than probably some others.
Yeah.
But I think it's due to what I attract. That's what I feel.
Oh yeah.
You know, you attract positivity is going to be around you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Now, if you're very positive, you can attract people that need to be healed too. That's the other thing. So,
Yeah, that too.
because you know, especially if you have a very healing aura, you
Mm.
know. So that's the only thing about that. You know, I know people say like attract likes, but sometimes if you're a healer, if you got a healing energy, sometimes you attract the sick.
Oh, goodness.
So you have to be careful with that attraction thing. But yeah. So you know, it's just definitely when you're looking at like a lot of the divorces that's going on out here. Yeah, love is key. You know what I mean? A lot of times when the divorce does come down, right, it's almost like, you know, what's in it for me. It kind of boils down
Exactly.
to that.
And that's what's sad. I really feel like, in my opinion, it just should always be a straight, like, okay, 50-50 if people want to get to that point. You know, I don't even like to talk about divorce. I almost feel like that should be your last resort. Like, did you do everything you could, even if it was uncomfortable, to try to work it out?
Yeah.
And I don't think people do that anymore. I think it's very like, you know what? Irreconcilable. God, I can't say the word. Irreconcilable differences. That just means I don't like you and you don't like me in the end. That's what it sounds like. I'm like, okay.
Well, I mean, look at it. You gotta look at it, right? Well, did you go to God before you got with this person?
Talk about
You know
it.
what I'm saying? So, did you go to God before you left this person?
Probably not.
So, yeah, that probably brings another
Yeah. So,
dynamic into it.
you know, the only
not to
things.
get too-
I know, too detailed.
Right.
The only things I can understand is if, like, oh, he beat me down and, like, you know, stuff like that.
yeah,
the extreme
that's
cases.
it. Like,
That's different.
abuse, emotional abuse,
Right.
physical abuse is definitely nowhere to
That's
stay.
right. And either way, like, if the man's like,
Nowhere,
oh, she tried to
nothing,
stab me, well, then you
yeah.
should not be with her.
No, definitely not.
You know
If
what
you
I'm
in a
saying?
situation like that, yes, you know, you just definitely go get to a safe place.
Yeah, so we're not saying try to be with somebody that's trying to kill you.
No, not at all, not at all. But you know, you just want to, you know, that love thing, you know. Well, like I said, you definitely just seek counsel, seek spiritual counsel. You know, that's always best whenever you're dealing with love matters. That's
Absolutely.
before you even get in, and definitely before you get out. So, you know, that's just how I would see that. But yeah. I mean, when it is like more like a business transaction, then look, it goes down like that.
I know
Look,
people that are
sign
married
this
for.
prenup.
Yep.
Hey, It is what it is.
Well, that's if you're-
when you know what I'm saying. When we divorce, look, you get this much support until you find somebody new or whatnot. I mean, like I think, yeah, it's deep. Dr. Dre, like, boy, he about to pay $300,000. Boy, divorce is costly. That's for sure.
Yeah, so
$300,000 a month in the feds, right?
but I feel like people need to know, why are you getting married and why are you
There
being
you go.
together?
Why?
Yeah.
Why are you together?
Just because you can't be like, oh, he's so hot, she's so hot. Like, no.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about that last week.
But then that goes back to you, God, right?
Mm-hmm.
If love is God is love, then that means that there should be some spiritual basis of why we get
Right, and we
together.
talked about this before.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, and that should inform our relationship and our love, right?
Exactly.
You know, so and what does God do with us? God gives
Oh,
freely.
very much.
You know what I mean? He's not, it ain't like we got to get up in the morning and put some quarters in the machine for the
No,
sun to shine on
right.
us.
And, oof, that would be something, wouldn't it?
You know what I'm saying? Imagine that.
Yeah.
Your cash app is low. Oh, the sun ain't going to shine today.
Right.
You know
Oof.
what I'm saying? Nah, God, the sun be shining.
No matter what,
right?
even if you're a
You
bad
get up.
person, right?
Yeah. So God gives.
Yeah.
I'm saying freely, and God is there for us. So and so that is the same way that relationship. You should go into that. When you do that, then you can you can be your best self for that person,
Exactly.
and then you bring the best out of that other person.
Absolutely.
Or you try to see the best in that person, or you want to see the best for that person.
Exactly. And see, I wonder. Yeah, I think that goes back to being lazy. I don't think people are doing that now. I don't think so. It's a lot of work, but let's
Because it's easier said than done.
right. But let's take it back to our ancestors, those that were going through the hardships of the most horrible. We know the whole Middle Passage, and then I wonder, is it because they were going through such hard times that they had to be together, or they had to stick together? Like sometimes I guess hardships
There was
can
a
make you
survival element in there.
feel like, like, okay, we got to get through this together. We're not ever breaking up. I don't know.
There's a survival element in there.
And they couldn't be lazy
because
about it.
It was strategic, like, look, we have to form strong bonds that will help us get through these turbulent times. And I hate to say that, like, okay, it's gonna take like some devastating things to happen for black people.
Right,
for
we
us
don't want to say
start
that.
loving each other again. I
Right.
would,
I hate to say that.
I would hate it for us to see the strategy in loving each other and building strong bonds with each other.
Right, hopefully we can get back to that without some tragedies. Just because you wake up one day and the light bulb goes off and you know that, oh, I should have been doing better.
Well, yeah. Again, I mean, if we were to really take a good deep look, and understand our ancestral practices, it would inform us.
It really
of
would.
these truths,
It really
It
would.
I like Dr. Amos Wilson once said that love is a gift, to the black community, and like the more and more, like even being with you, love. I mean, I'm seeing it. Remember that time we were walking down the street?
Yes, and she's like, oh, look at y'all. We were walking down the street. It was beautiful. I think you bought me some flowers and we were holding hands, and this lady just out of nowhere is just like, look at that, black love, beautiful. It was so beautiful. It's for her
You don't
noticing.
see that no more. It's black
Yeah.
love. It sounded like somebody auntie.
It was really beautiful,
Yeah.
and we were just doing our thing. We were just minding our business.
Walking down the street.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was funny she said that in Atlanta.
yeah.
You don't even see that no more.
And I was new to Atlanta. I think
Yeah.
did I even live here yet?
Nah.
I don't think I even lived here yet, but I feel like I was kind of shocked. I said, well, don't she see black people all the time do this?
Yeah.
But I don't know if she saw that.
Yeah.
We're affectionate. We don't care who's around. We're just,
Little PDA. But I mean, we wasn't like, I wasn't
We
tonguing
holding
you
hands.
down,
No, you
man.
were just holding my
we
hand.
Yeah, we was just walking down
and
the street.
you gave me flowers. I was holding my flowers in the other hand.
Yeah, so
Basics, right?
yeah, that wasn't like too much.
I thought it was just basic, but
We could have just.
no, I mean, I thought it was beautiful. Well, I don't know if a guy gives a girl flowers and holds her hand.
I mean, I don't know.
Because I have some male friends, like, think about it. If I had a male friend do that to me, you'd be like, excuse me, what's going on over here?
I mean, of course, I wouldn't. You know,
You see what I'm
that
saying?
ain't happening. That-
Right, exactly.
But I'm just saying though. But either way though, she really.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. In other words, basically, even just seeing that.
Right, it's a
you
gift.
know, is a gift.
Absolutely.
Is a gift because it informs. It basically, if the dominant society is saying you guys don't need each other, everybody's an island,
Right.
if you have this programming that, hey, just get yours, forget about the other people, forget about them over there, get yours. When you do see black people come together and they're building something, they're building the building blocks of community. It is. It's a gift.
Yep.
It is a
Absolutely,
gift.
it is a gift. It's a beautiful gift.
It's an inspirational thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, love. Then first come love, then come marriage, then come baby.
Baby carriage.
You know what I'm saying? So and then we need black love. We need the new warriors to come forth. The new warrioress. Female warriors. The young brothers and young sisters to come up in this world and make this. Improve things for us here.
Thank you. Yes,
our
indeed.
future leaders to come. Our future leaders come from black love.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So beautiful. So it is a gift.
See?
A lot of different. And I guess just to tie this theme all the way back to being plant based.
Yes.
Right? Because this is plant based love.
Yes, it's both with love.
When you look at love, right? Does love for another person include the love for yourself?
Absolutely. Because think about it. I love you so much that I'm going to love myself too to be here for you.
Right.
So it goes into a circle. If I were to be like, oh, screw my body, well, then that's not showing love for you because now, something could happen to you because you didn't care about yourself. I think it goes in a circle. It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
You loving yourself is because you love yourself so much you're showing you love him or her, vice versa.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, so if you were to say then, if eating scientifically then is an act of love.
Look at that. Because you're showing you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
That's absolutely. And of course, animals might be like, "Thank you, you love me too."
Oh yeah, I guess in that sense. I mean, do animals feel love though?
I don't know. I mean, that's something I don't know. We don't have pets, and people that have dogs and cats, they seem like
when
they.
you come home though, the dog you do be happy to see you though.
Right. I feel like people that have dogs and cats, they definitely feel like yes, the animal show.
Yeah. I mean, I guess because he know you're gonna feed him.
And that's the thing. I always wonder, take away the food, do they still love you?
Might bite you.
I always wonder because with animals, it looks like because
Nah, generally though, dogs though they'll hang with you like
even if you don't feed them,
even if you don't feed them. I mean, but they kind of just
they wait for that food.
they will kind of, if you sell them the dream, they'll stick around for the shopping spree.
And cats
But
too.
but they're not dogs. They'll roll with you though.
Okay.
Like if you, man, I mean, I remember I had a dog one time. I used to beat him, be like, get away. I used to, not treat him so good, but he'd still come back.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
See, now
when
we
I
had
was young,
cats.
though, I didn't
Yeah.
understand. Like, I'm just playing around.
Right.
But he'd still come.
See, in our family had cats on the porch. They were not
Cats
allowed.
do not come to you.
Yeah, they were not. Well, actually, it depends. They were not allowed inside. But these cats, as long as we fed them, cats have moments. They're sassy. Sometimes they want to be hugged up on you. Sometimes they don't want to be touched. See, I think dogs they're a little needy, and cats are the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Cats are just like, hey, they want to hug you sometimes, but otherwise leave me alone so I can hide under the couch. I don't know.
Yeah. No, animals, I'm sure they do appreciate it, and however it is, yes, that by you having a more plant-based diet, yes,
Yes.
you are. I'm sure that, yeah,
They're saying thank you.
they're saying thank you.
And they probably feeling the love some kind of way in their own animal language.
They're feeling the love too. Well, then that's what's up. Well,
Yes.
yeah. So I mean, love.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And I mean, this topic can go, as we see, on and on, but just showing that people just need to get back to it. And don't be afraid to tell somebody you love them.
Oh,
All
yeah.
this, no, if I tell them, then I'm a punk. Like, I don't know. That needs to stop.
Well, just in general, like love is, of course, definitely needed in the world. But just even in this time too, when you're like people are leaving here.
Yeah, so you never
just
know.
never know.
Exactly.
Just
So,
even on a just regular basis, like love, like
yeah, even platonic,
yeah,
you know?
just tell
like,
your
if you,
people that you love them.
Exactly. And like, there is no, you're not a
And
wuss.
don't just talk that you love them.
Show them.
Show it, yeah.
Yeah.
That giving, seeking nothing in return, man.
Right.
When you really put like love through the lens of that, it definitely makes you look at it. Like,
It
man,
does. It absolutely does.
And then too, what, just going back to like the God in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, does your love for this person bring the God out of them?
Ooh. Ooh. Right there.
Yeah.
Right
Or does
there.
it bring the devil out of them?
Yeah, because the person, we should only be elevating and getting better and helping each other get better. So,
Yeah.
you know, because I've seen couples where, I don't want to say who, but let's just say one of them make the other person just worse. The other person is more stubborn and they're on edge every time they're around the other person. They probably shouldn't be together.
Probably not.
So,
Maybe some karma they got to work out together, but still, yeah, you should. If again, I think that's like the higher level.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think love kind of lives like in three, it's a 3-story house. You know what I'm saying?
okay, I'll take
You
that.
got the physical part.
yep.
You know, the physical love. Hey
Right.
man, that might be the low flow. You know,
Right.
the bottom flow. And most people can get down with the physical thing,
Right.
right? You know what I'm saying? Even though pleasure is it's fleeting.
Right. It's so quick. It's not, doesn't last.
It's fleeting. I mean, now some people might argue that and say, "Hey, no, man, hey, man, 3, 4, 5 hours." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but still,
even still,
that's
it's
still-
fleeting in compared to your life. Like,
Thank you.
You have to do things. You got to make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So pleasure, it's fleeting, and it's okay because that means you can repeat it. You know,
Exactly.
you can come back to it. You can savor it. Come back to it.
Exactly.
We can go and build our life, do our other things.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would say like you got the second floor of the house, right? And that's like, you know, the more affectionate
Yeah.
bonding.
Bonding kind of love.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The bonding. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you.
You're here for
You're here
me.
for me, and you know we have the duties together. You know, it's more like from the heart.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But then I think there's another level of love when it goes into more, you know, I want to see you
Elevate.
elevate on a spiritual level.
Yes. That's like the attic. The third floor plus the attic.
Yeah, I think that's the top floor.
Yeah.
That's the creme de la creme. That's the penthouse.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
some
I want
people-
to see you elevate on a spiritual level. I actually want to see the God manifesting you.
See, and some people don't even probably get to that floor.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother.
And see, I feel like when you have that in the relationship, I almost feel like
When you got all three,
there you go.
when you can live on all them floors, right?
Yeah, then you have the whole house.
Oh man, that sounds
That's
like
optimal.
that sounds like a happy home.
That's optimal.
Like Pac said, turn the house into a happy home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the kind of love. That's what.
Oh yeah, that's when it get deep.
Yeah.
That's when it get deep. That's love. But again, you know, so eating scientifically, really, that's definitely a part of it.
Now think about
You gotta
that.
have that, you know, because if you really love it, because what's the use of loving somebody when you don't even love yourself? Or how can you love somebody when you don't love yourself?
Exactly.
So, you know, so
Think
if-
about
if
yourself
you
and
are,
think about others.
you know, on that path and taking care of yourself, that's bringing your best self to your partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's how you do it.
so yeah. So that's good. That's a good conversation.
Yes. Well, on that, you know, loving your body, loving yourself, we have some remedies of the week we're going to talk about.
Of course. I think that this is would be a great time. This is just to rattle off some things that, you know, can just help you to just keep your body in the best shape that it can be right now. Because,
Right.
you know, this is just a time when, you know, you just want to make sure that your body your immune system
Yes.
the best that it can be right now.
Exactly.
don't need to get into particulars of what or why, but you always need to have
No matter
your
what.
immune system
No matter
in
what.
tip-top shape. So
No matter
I
what.
just wanted to I'm just gonna run through a few of things that just help with the immune system. And like I said, this is not medical advice, as you already know.
Not at all.
I'm just gonna run off a few of them, and hey, maybe get your pen and paper or get your iPad or
Yes.
whatnot, and just
Research
maybe just
for yourself.
Take a couple of these down and just go Google them.
Yeah, or even
just-
do some serious research, whatever that
just
is
look
for
'em
you.
up. Just look them up and just so yeah. So if so there you go.
Okay.
So remedy of the week is just gonna be I'm just gonna hit you with I'm just gonna do some rapid fire. I'm just gonna hit you with a whole bunch of these, and like I say, you can rewind it.
Yep.
You can go look at that.
Look
But
up
these
for
are
yourself.
just things that are just good for the immune system.
Right.
EPA, DHA, evening primrose oil, olive oil. These are just great things that just can help. Just the consumption of fats. You just want to make sure that
Good
you're getting
fats.
Good fats. Walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and almonds. Omega-3s. Omega-3s retain oxygen in the cell membrane, so oxygen is just good to have when it comes to your immune system.
Hello.
Definitely, if you can, for your immune system, try to lower your intake of sugar.
Yes.
Most people
Alcohol.
know that. Yeah, alcohol.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just you want to try to just lower those things if you can. That's definitely good for the immune system. Probiotics. These help with the health of your colon because 70% of your immune system is in your colon.
Hello. People
So,
don't know that.
Yes.
Cloud gut. What does that mean? There you go.
Definitely. So, we were talking about the clogged gut too. So you definitely don't want. And just make sure when you're doing your probiotics, make sure you do your research on them because you want to make sure you get the right one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just put it like that. Activated charcoal, good for the immune system. Just if you can, find you some activated charcoal. You want to, if you're doing activated charcoal, cycle it on 1 week and then off on another week.
Yep.
So activated charcoal. Let's see, what's some other ones here? DHEA. Selenium. I know I spoke about it like on one of the other podcasts. I just kind of spoke briefly about black currant.
So amazing.
Black currant, great to boost the immune system. You want to find the chemotherapy version. Just get the drops, and you just take the drops. Usually in the morning. It's great. It tastes good too. It comes from a fruit of a black currant chemotherapy. NAC, garlic. Oh man, people know that garlic is just almost like a wonder food. It goes all the way back to like one of the first medical books in the world. Garlic. Get your garlic in. Olive leaf extract, spirulina, red algae. So those are just, like I said, just rapid fire. Those are some things that you can just go look up. These are just some good things that can just help boost the immune system. The immune system is just you always just want to keep your immune system high because it's a part of your health. It's a part of how, again, you can be your best self and bring that to your party.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah. So hey, maybe you can grab some of these things. You can take it with your partner. Y'all can take it together.
Yeah, make it a thing.
Make it a thing. Hey, we have date night, movie night, and we have supplement research night.
Yep. And you take it and you have a little black currant shots together.
Oh yeah. So then that was our remedies of the week. Just some good things for the immune system. Hey, it's like I said, it's always just good to keep that immune system high.
Yep, no matter what.
No matter what's going on. And so, hey, beloved, I do have a recipe of the week.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah, this one is an easy one-pot jollof rice with cinnamon
Sounds delicious.
Yes, yes. This dish is like one of the classics in African cuisine. You just switch it up to include a variety of vegetables and spices to suit your liking. You can start with a tablespoon of coconut oil, 2 tomatoes blanched, peeled, and chopped, 2 carrots sliced into coins, 1 red onion diced, 3 leaves of kale, a bell pepper, teaspoon grated ginger, salt to taste, basmati rice, salted vegetable broth, tomato paste, nutmeg, curry leaves, cinnamon stick, cumin. In a deep 2-quart saucepan with the lid, heat the oil, cover medium-high heat, saute the tomatoes, carrots, onions, kale, bell pepper, ginger until tender. About 5 to 7 minutes. Season with salt until the vegetables are soft. Add the rice, broth, and paste. Toss in the bay leaves, nutmeg, curry leaves, cinnamon stick, cumin, and chili flakes. Stir well to combine. Bring it to a boil over high heat. Immediately after the mixture begins to boil, reduce the heat to a simmer and cover. Check the rice after about 15 minutes and cook until all liquid has been absorbed. After about 20 minutes, fluff with a fork. Remove the bay and curry leaves and cinnamon stick. Season with salt, and voila.
Sounds amazing. I hope that we're gonna have that. We're gonna have that on the website. Don't worry.
Of course.
Or on the Instagram. Don't worry.
Yes, of course. We're definitely gonna. I know I said a lot, and we're definitely gonna be sharing that on our social media coming soon. This was a great show. And speaking of our social media, why don't you tell the people how they can find you? Always.
Right. Well, of course, we have our together.
Yes.
But individually, I have my businesses all over the place, from at Pendu Dance and at Afro_sexy. And with those, you'll understand that I have other pages, but those are the 2 main ones.
Yes. And of course, you can find me at Shep, the Comedic PB for plant-based. Of course, we are the Plant-Based with Love. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram and anywhere where podcasts are found. You can find us there. So we'll definitely be sharing these recipes and remedies on our pages so that you can, have them for yourself and go and do your study and research. Again, none of what we say can be misconstrued as medical advice.
Nope.
Please seek proper medical advice from your qualified medical professional, acupuncturist, herbalist, or whoever you choose. Yes, these are for entertainment purposes
only.
Yes. Love. What did you think about the show?
It's great. I just love the fact that these topics can go on and on. But I think that we have done a nice little summary of some love, and just giving our opinion.
Yeah, most definitely. Love is a beautiful thing. It's definitely needed in this world, and it's a great thing to kind of just focus in on what it really means, us getting there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, hey, once again, this has been Plant-Based with Love, the podcast, and we are your hosts. I am Amashep.
And I'm Pendu.
And once again, this has been brought to you by Push It Forward Media Group. We always want to shout them out. And we thank you for joining us again for another episode. We want to thank the people there at Push It Forward Media Group for producing us and bringing this show to you. And we thank you. And
very much.
It's been a beautiful show, and we're out.
All right, we're out. Peace.
Peace.